Welcome to the session on Remind. We are going to video this. This will mimic the session that we have live and the written directions that you guys have that you got in your packet. Let me make this be able to be seen. So you have information that you got in your packet here, and this is what you're going to use when you need written instructions, but you also can watch this video if you get lost. That can help you find things. So the first thing you're going to do is go to remind.com. If I could type. So your screen should look like this. If you haven't signed up yet, you need to go sign up to create your account. We've already put your classes in, but you'll need to go here, enter your phone number. We prefer that will make it easier because that's how your students are going to be connecting with you. So put your cell phone number in and just click continue and follow the instructions to sign up. If you do already have an account, and I'm going to go in as we already have an account because hopefully we'll have this set up for you from the training this coming week. So you just go to log in. And mine went straight to my account. So if you're logging in and you haven't already logged in, you'll need to put your email address in and your phone number, and your password to get in. But when it comes up, this is what you should see once you've logged in on your screen. So you will have this screen that will show you your home or your account settings here, your classes that you're in. So you should have a high school class and a middle school class. You should be part of a school. So here I'm part of Chase High School. You may be part of East High School or a Central High School, and you should have Rutherford County here. So you really won't do anything here. But what you can see on my screen right now is that I have 2 messages from Chase High School that I should have already gotten on my phone, which is where I messed up the other day when I sent out a message. So you can see where I messed up there. But anyway, you have this screen here. So the first thing we want to do is, if you have not been into your account, is to check your profile. And you do that by going up here where it says good morning. And this is Bobby Mack's account, not my account. So Bobby Mack is who we're working through. So you go to good morning, Bobby Mack, click on the down arrow, and you get these options. So we want to go to account settings. And you want to check your profile. Whatever you have right here is what's going to show up on your messages. So you want to make sure you have an appropriate name there, but you want to make sure you have your name that will be recognizable to your students. So if you want to put your full name here, you can. So I can put Bobby Mack, or I can leave it at B Mack. But you want to make sure that signature is what you want showing up for your students. You can also add your picture here. You can click on that, and it will give you the option to add a picture. I think you can also take a picture there. But anyway, you can add your picture. So if you have your picture on your computer, you can pick it there and put it on there. Make sure your name's correct. If you need to change your password, you can go here and do that. Your role should be a teacher, so don't change that, please, because that's what role you should be in. That lets you send messages. And so you should just make sure all these things are correct. The other thing we would like for you to do is to check your notification preferences. If you click on that, and you can see here that I do not want to receive emails for every text message I send because I'm already receiving the text messages. So I turn that off, and all you have to do to turn them on or off is just click it. But that's because I don't want to receive an email that copies my text messages. So I want things to come through my text messages. So I turn that on and make sure that's on. This is an iPad, and I also want my messages to be able to come through on an iPad, so I turn that on. And then this is my other phone, and I can also enable notifications on my computer. If you're using a computer, you would put enable there. You do want to have these 2 things checked. Allow replies to your messages. That allows students to reply individually back to your message. So you want to make sure that's checked. And receive copies of your class announcements. And what that does is that when I send a message out to students, then I get a copy of that also. So I can see that message and see what it looks like and know that my students got that message. You also can set office hours, and this may be something you want to do. So you can say that I'm not available on Sunday or Saturday and click those off, and I'm only available Monday through Friday. And you can set the times that you're available. So if a student does try to text you at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, they'll get a message back saying, please contact me again during my office hours on Monday. So if you want to go ahead and set that, you can do that. Just click the boxes. You just have to click them and click them off. Okay, so you can change that and you can change your time. But that's something we would like for you to do if you're wanting to make sure they stay within those school hours. So you can click those. To go back, you just click the back button. And now you're here back to your main page. So we've updated your profile. We've updated your notifications. And then the next thing you want to do is be able to send a message. So you want to be able to send a message to your students. On this home screen, you can see all the messages you've sent to this point. And you can click here and you can see the people in your classes. So these are all the people that are in my classes for Chase High School. So it shows all of our mentors and people that are here. So they're all in there. And you can go through and you can look at them. You can delete them if you want to with these little buttons. You can take them out. But we don't want to do any of that for right now. So anyway, you can see your people that are in your classes, but you go back to messages. If we're going to send a message to our students, it's very simple to use. You go to this page. This is the button to send messages. This looks like a piece of paper with a pencil written on it. Click that button. And it gives you options of who to send your message to. So you want to see who you want to send your message to. If you're going to send a message to your whole group, so all of your middle school students, then you just click McNair Ed Middle School or your name in your middle school class. You see here, this is who you selected, and click continue. Now all you have to do is type your message. So you can just type, good morning. You do need to be thoughtful in how many characters you're putting in here because I think you're limited to 600 characters. So where we like to do a lot of good morning, I hope you're doing well, those kinds of things, you're going to run out of characters with that. So you really have to just get straight to the point. So I'm going to put report cards are coming out soon. Please, you know your grades in your classes. I can help you get your help in your classes if you need. Okay, so you do that, and then you can hit send, and the message goes out to all of your students, and you will get a copy of that message as well on your phone. If you want to schedule a message, so report cards don't come out till next week. Today's Friday in my world, so report cards don't come out till next week. So I can actually schedule this message for the night before report cards are coming out. So I click schedule. I click on the date box and I can pick a date that I want them to go out. I think report cards are coming out Monday or Tuesday, so I'm going to send it out Monday afternoon. I can click the time and pick the time that I want it to go out. We don't want it to go out at 1 a.m. That's a little early. So I can pick to send it out. I usually try to pick a time that's after school so that they're not checking their phones during school, so we don't have kids texting during school. So you may want to send it out at 4 p.m. So if I click that and click schedule, now my message is scheduled to go out at 4 p.m. next Tuesday. Now, if I need to change it, say I remember, oh shoot, it's not really next Tuesday, it's next Monday that I need to send it out. Right here, you will see that I have one scheduled announcement. So I can click on that and I can edit it. And I can go in, I can change my wording. I can change who it's to. I can change the date that I want to schedule it, or I can change the time that I want to schedule it. So you have lots of options. This is only available in your group messages. So like if you pick your class messages, so if you pick a high school or you pick the middle school, then you have that option to schedule it. You could actually schedule your messages out for the rest of the semester if you wanted to. So once you get those rubrics that say, here's what you need to talk about, you can go ahead and schedule your messages out to your students and do it one day when you have time, and then you don't have to think about it again until the messages go out. So that's an option there. I'm going to close this out just so that that message does not go out to everybody. No, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so that message is still there and it's scheduled and it will go out. So So those are your options for sending a message. You have very detailed instructions in your written instructions. So if you want to send a message though to just a certain group of students, so you don't want to send it to the whole class, you just want to pick 1 or 2 students, then you can go back and click on that little icon there. Instead of classes, you can go down here and pick people, or you can create a new. So if you just want one person, you can search. So I want to search for Doug Hollers because I need to talk to him about his grades. I can search his name and just pick him and just send a message to him. So if I do that, then I'm just sending a message to Doug. Or I can go in and I can create a group. So maybe I have 2 or 3 students that I want to send messages to, and I can create a group and I can go down here and create new. I can pick the students that I want to include in that message. And I hit go. And now I have a group of these 3 students that I'm going to send a message to. I hit continue and I write my message and send it out. You will see that schedule is not an option on these kinds of messages. So once I type my message here, then I can send it, but I cannot schedule it. So when you just pick small numbers of people, you cannot schedule a group. Okay. So there's a way to do small groups of people when you're doing messages. I'm trying to make sure that I'm covering all of these things. So that's how you use Remind on the computer. It's very simple. Once you learn how to do that, it'll be very easy. Basically, you just go here and pick your students. So it's very simple for that. I want to look here and make sure that you've got everything that you can see here. So these are the people that are in the McNair Middle School classes. This is my class. Of course, you should have students here, hopefully. Settings for your classes, you can set these up. You can see here your class name. This is the code that students need to text to join your class. So they just text this code to 81010. Excuse me. You can change your little picture here. These are just things that are fun. So if you want to pick a better picture, if you want your dinosaur to show up with all your messages, you can change it to a dinosaur. That's just something to do. We want you to leave these class settings as they are. We want students to only be able to message class owners and can't see others in the class. So we want to make sure we're only using this one here. These are your class owners. And so those are you, and it should be one other person there. But these things are things you really just need to leave as they are. So leave those in settings. One other thing that I wanted to make sure that we had covered, and let me see. I want to make sure you have your phone number in here. It's important that you just have your phone number in and not just your email. We set it up with your email, but we want your phone number in. Oh, here's where it is. If you come here and only your email address is here, so this is where we are. I clicked here on the little down arrow, went to account settings, looked at notification preferences. Right here, if all you see is an email address, then we need you to add your cell phone and add your phone number. Because we want to make sure that they can reach you on your cell phone. Or you need to make sure you add this desktop so that they can message with you through Remind. So you can either enable your desktop or you can add a device. Okay, so if your phone number is not in here, we want you to add your phone number. If you have a way to text, you just add your phone number, put your phone number in, and then you send a confirmation code that sends it to your phone. You go in and confirm it on your phone. And then that way you will be getting text messages instead of emails. We did have some students who tried to join classes and it said that they were only able to join by email, and then they didn't have the emails for the students. So we want to make sure the cell phones are in there. Students are not able to see your cell phone. They will not be able to go in and find your cell phone number. You won't be able to see their cell phone number. It is protected in the system. So it disguises those numbers. So those are still private for you and for your student. You will only be able to see the number that this system assigns to you and assigns to that student. But again, they will be able to communicate with you. And once they've communicated with you on your cell phone, you will be able to go in and save that number as their number, and you can continue that communication on your cell phone through those text messages with that student. So it's important that you remember that as you go in and do that. The other ways you can use Remind is on your telephone. You can download the app. So I have my app on my phone. And when you go into the app, you should get your app from your app store on your phone. Download your app. It's easiest to set up your account on your computer. And then when you go into your phone and log into your account, everything's already set up here. So it's much easier to do it on your computer if you can. If not, you can set it up on your phone and your tablet. And everything that you need to know to do that are in these, whoops, virtual background's missing. Everything you need to know to do that are in these written directions that we gave you. But if you do it on your phone, then you should have something that looks like this. And then when I go in and click next, and I will put in my password. And then just click log in. Once you get in to your Remind account on your phone, it should look like this. You'll see it. Okay, so it looks very similar to your account that was on your computer. You got the same information. So if you go to the top, you can see your picture. You can take your picture there. You can see Bobby Mack. Oh, this is not going to work. You see Bobby Mack. You can click on the pencil beside that and change your profile information like we did on the computer. So you're going to need to use, I can't show this all the screen on here. You're going to need to use the written directions. Again, you have one written directions that say on the phone. You need to use those to follow through, and it will give you detailed instructions on how to use this. But you'll do the same thing. So once you're on your phone, if you click on one of your classes, it will take you to that same page. It looks like our computer. Let's see if I can get this to show you. Okay. It looks like the computer. So you can see that you have your classes. You can send a message up here. Oh, sorry, down here at the bottom. You look for the pencil to send your message. Send the same message the same way. You can schedule announcements. You can do all those things that you can do on your computer. And that may look a little bit different, but the app should look the same no matter what kind of phone you're using. So once you're in the app, it should look the same. You also can do the same thing on your tablets. So if you have an iPad or a Kindle Fire or something like that, as long as you have that app downloaded on your tablet, then you should be able to go in and follow those same directions because the app's going to look the same. You're going to look for that little pencil. That will be the way that you send messages. The first thing you need to do is change your profile and your notifications if it has not been changed on your computer. So you'll need to follow those instructions. Same thing. You can, like I said, you can follow the instructions. This is for a tablet. You have the one for your phone and you have the one for your computer. All of that's in your packet that we gave out on Wednesday of this week or last week by the time you're seeing this. So you'll have all that information that you can follow. You also will have the training this coming week. We'll be training you. So all of you have signed up for a training on Remind. So hopefully you will only have to use this video if you get lost or confused. So you can use this video to go and get help and see how the directions look. But all the directions have pictures of the screen. So it has screenshots of the screen. So you can see where the buttons are that I'm talking about, where you need to click. You will see red arrows. See all the red arrows? They're pointing to things that you need to know or things that are talked about in the instructions. So when you look at the red arrows, it's pointing down to where you need to look for whatever I've just said you need to click on. So follow the red arrows, follow the written instructions. Hopefully the in-person training is going to help. You'll have this to back you up if you need to. And as always, if you are struggling, then you just need to call us and set up some time to come in and we'll help you in person. If you are having trouble on any of these things, you can come in on the days that you want to work on your messages for students. You can come in and sit in one of our booths. A staff member will be there and we'll be glad to help you get your messages set up. Make sure you're messaging the right students, make sure you're sending the information out correctly, any of those things. So we do not want Remind to be the reason that you no longer want to mentor our students. So make sure that you ask for help, follow these instructions as much as possible. But if you cannot figure it out through this, then please come in and let us help you. We will be happy to do that. Or even set up times that every month, if you want to come in and do your mentoring from here, then we can set up times that you can come in and do that. Okay, so if you have any other questions or remind, please let us know. Otherwise, we will assume that you're ready to go. Thank you, guys.